What's going on, everybody? This is Bohemia Tech Talk. This is your host, man. How y'all doing out there? If y'all see me, look at this pretty face. This is your guy, Mike Baker, your number one host. I ain't gonna say number one.
I mean, it's
One
all
of the
good. Man. I
co-hosts.
don't take it personal, man.
My other
all
co-host,
good.
per usual, is my guy Mike Bennett. There
What's
we go. What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Listen, I'm all good with being number two, bro. Like, ain't you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
mean, I ain't want to put you
So
on the
look.
Luigi, yo.
I'm saying, listen, two don't mean less or best. It just means next, man.
Yeah,
That's all.
true.
So we good with that. I'm fine. Look, it's Mike B number one over here and Mike B number two. So, well, other than that, man, I'm chilling. I'm doing pretty good, man. Just had a again, I don't want to say a nice day at work. That'd be a lie. It was work, but we are here now, and we ready to jump in. Y'all know what we do here.
Yeah. I kind of weary of people that talk about how much they love work. You know, work is work. It's not work. It's not supposed to be play.
That's a drone.
And with us, man, special guest that we got here today. My guy Wayne Stewart. What's going on, Wayne? How you doing?
Ain't nothing. It was just hanging out, just hanging out pretty much.
Introduce
Thank
yourself
y'all for having me on the
to the
show.
folks out here because they may not know, your background.
Okay,
Give us like a
so
quick 30 seconds.
all right, quick 30 seconds. So obviously Wayne Stewart. I'm the owner of Stewart Design Agency. We actually build custom websites, web applications for clients pretty much around the country. We have three major clients we service now. One's here in Baltimore, where we're based out of. Another one's in Atlanta. We have another one on the West Coast. So we're just really just trying to grow the company out. We're obviously, completely black owned. One of the big things I wanted was a quality black owned, a quality company that just happened to be black owned.
Right.
And that's kind of what we ended up doing. We're certified minority business in the state of Maryland. We're also an MBE and DBE business, and all that stuff just means we can bid on state level contracts. So that's what we do. In the meantime, when I'm not trying to do all the website stuff, I'm running around trying to relive basketball days. Like I can still hoop, play basketball. I used to play basketball in college, even though I'm only 5'8". People laugh and say, "How you play basketball in college? You're 5'8". I'm like,
So you ain't never
I can
heard
hoop.
Muggsy
I can go.
Bogues?
So I can hoop. Still running around doing that.
I'm saying, you ain't talk about that 5'8" stuff till they get Jade.
Yeah, right.
They get it. They get in that eyeball right there. They're like, dang, he can really play. Still doing that. Just had a new baby on the way. Me and my wife just had a little baby, so that's
congratulations.
I'm super tired. Between my 6-year-old and the new baby, it's just been crazy at the house. So so that's pretty much what we are, and I just wanted to come chop it up with y'all, and go from there.
Yeah, man.
What's up, man?
Appreciate you being here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we'll get you here more than once. We're going to talk about that, plot on that, might have to schedule in. We all busy folks here. But yeah, man, y'all, if y'all listen to the show before, and y'all know the show, you know what it is. It's Bohemia Tech Talk. Talk about technology from our perspective. Let's talk about the topics that we have today. Last time I read the topics off. I'm not going to do that this time because that took a lot of time. I'm just going to jump into the topics. So first topic that we have is about Apple software updates and how it's letting users create a burner email address. And on the article, you'll have it on the links. It'll actually show you how to do it. But personally, I just want to get into this whole idea. I just want to get my feedback on it. I ain't even going to read on the article. My feedback is that, Apple is really trying to put a stance on this idea of being the privacy company. I noticed that they have this application. It's essentially a email. What do you call it? Like a blacklist or whatever. You can essentially create like an artificial email system. They did that same thing with their Apple Card service, where you can create these dummy credit cards. There's a service called privacy.com where you can essentially do the same thing, but Apple sort of went in on it where, you can have your debit card on the Apple Wallet. And if you went out to like Amazon or you went out to like Walmart.com or something, you could just have, you can have the card in the background. You can have the card. I think I hear your audio in the background.
Sorry,
but you can have the card being used as a one-time thing. So like it's a fake dummy card. You only use it for that service. If you feel like cutting that service off, you don't have to like go and remove your card or anything. You just cut it off on the Apple Wallet app. And that's effectively the same that they're trying to do here with this burner email address thing. That's what I'm assuming. For the other people, everybody else, what do y'all think? What do you think? Because
I think honestly, man, so y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the whole, burner email and this, and this, it comes from, so we're old enough where we've seen like the evolution of the internet, right? And we know what it was like at one point in time when it was like everything started to open up and it was a wild, wild west. We had the ad, we had the ad blocker and all that stuff like that. So we've seen all that. And when I hear burner email, I feel like for me personally, I don't know if y'all feel like this, but like the idea, that terminology comes from like a different school of thought when it comes to the internet, like somewhat of a, I don't want to say a dark place, but you think about a burner. Yeah, I'm saying I got a burner phone. A burner phone usually is for so having giving access to people that have burner email addresses. I feel like you kind of open up you open up a can of worms that they probably wasn't maybe anticipating. Because you got to think that we already, to some degree, have a difficulty handling spam, right? One of my email addresses got like 50,000, literally like 50,000 emails in it. I'm at this point where I feel like I'm gonna just give it. I don't even want to check it out no more. You know what I mean? Like, but you think about giving some people having access to be able just to have different emails to do different type of things. I think it's one of those ideas. I feel like somebody sat in the back office was like, this sounds like it'll be a pretty good idea. Like you were saying, they want to be like the head honchos when it comes to privacy and stuff like that. But they intend what they like also do dealers. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like they open up they open up something where it causes a completely different issue. And it's just honestly, it's just a classic case when I hear this stuff of like, something starting off as like it's deemed an illegitimate practice that soon down the line it becomes monetized by a bigger company and promoted as a good thing. I mean, how many times have we seen this in the history of business, especially in America? You know what I mean? Like I know in the article it talks about like you're able to have the burner email functionality, but it comes with a price. You know what I mean? Just as much as at one point in time, we all know the whole thing when it comes to the whole cannabis epidemic, right? Like, oh, it was such a bad thing. Now we're in this thing where all the people were still they're still in jail for it, right? They're still in prison to have time for it and stuff like that. They're now selling it. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like it's in that same vein of when bigger companies get a hold of like an illegitimate practice and try to find a way to legitimize it for profit. This is a classic case of that, honestly.
Yeah. Wayne.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it just sounds like Apple's trying to make a buck. I mean, okay, so Apple will pay you to have a fake account. Right. I mean, why just go make a fake account? Why just go Google, go make myself a fake account? Okay, cool, done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it just seems like this Apple's trying to nickel and dime you for everything. Like they're trying to be this privacy company
where it's like where they know they can't solve the problem, so they just trying to come up with an answer for it. It's like instead of even trying to figure out how to deal with it, they just saying we're gonna just make this shady situation. We just gonna work around this shady situation. They ain't gonna like help resolve it at all.
It's just for their users. They're doing it just for the users to make them feel like, oh, we have some sort of security. That's all they're doing it for. And then, hey, while we're doing it, let's just charge them $1 or so to do it. That's all this sounds like to me. Because if you really don't want to use your information, you'll just use some fake information there anyway. You'll use some email address you made up on Google, and that's it. I mean, come on.
People want to find a way to swindle, man. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, they just trying to find a way to make it.
Hey, listen, I mean, come on. He was locking people down. He said, so I got this whole spill I have when it comes to like cannabis and stuff like that. I keep going back to that, but it's like same thing. People was like getting locked up for it. Mm-hmm. They're like, man, people ain't gonna stop smoking weed. Let's just make it legal. Let's really start charging on a So
I just seen some people. I don't know. I think it must be the feedback. I keep cutting y'all off, bro. But I just seen some Vice thing where they giving away heroin and cocaine because they rather like give it away instead of having people do fentanyl by mistake. And that would be so they working their way to making heroin and cocaine a legal product so that they can have it FDA approved. Yeah, there's stuff like the quality Ron,
It's just like back in the 1920s, right? When they try to do prohibition and alcohol, right?
Yeah.
And they created this whole huge underground behind it. People were making a ton of money off of it, and the government was like, okay, people ain't gonna stop drinking, so we just gonna make it legal and we're gonna tax it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all they did. That's all they do. That's the same thing. We'll tax it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all they did. The same thing they did with weed and cannabis. They were like, look, niggas ain't gonna stop it, so guess what we're gonna have to do? We'll make it legal.
And that's the thing, like that's what it is with the internet. So like, because it is such a deregulated system. It's like the only people that are regulating it are companies, and they're like, we just going to come out with a campaign to make a buck. We're going to keep this system all wide and open so that it's broken, and we're going to pay for the fixes. You know what I mean? We're going to charge for the fixes. If you want a email system that works, that isn't always spamming you, we'll give you a way that'll solve that for like $9.99 a month or whatever.
Exactly.
That's essentially what this is, and Apple is taking this step with it. Like I said, it reminds me of the card system that they have in place, because I use privacy. I like privacy because of that privacy.com. I don't even like the fact that I just y'all got to add somewhere.
I said that last time, man. We doing advertising for
I got to. I mean, but you know what? I like it. I'm moving on. You ain't get no more from me.